or alias you know me as. And we back with another live stream where y'all already know we're gonna start this out by preparing our breakfast. Self-service, spiritual love, my love. I'm on another wavelength today, right? Why is that? Because things I noticed in life. I'm on my own wavelength. Oh, let me make sure I got all my eyes closed. But they are. Look at that. I'm on my own wavelength because sometimes you can overfeed into another or others and drown out your own spiritual cognitive cognition, if you will. Life forces change. Which direction are you changing? I'm making a real stand, a real intentional boundary set on who I am, who I've established myself to be, and my system of knowing versus the system of beliefs. People who are too or not interested enough to establish knowing typically fall under. I get it. People aren't as studious or as interested in certain things as me. But me personally, um, I won't be broke into a system. I had somebody tell me the other day that if we had kids, they could suck popsicles. Ha ha ha. Ha. Little does that person know, I'm not interested in having kids no more. But that's my choice. At the end of the day, that's a part of the new commonality. Here's the thing about it, right? Go ahead and think about the last time you've seen somebody sucking a popsicle. I mean, I'm not gonna argue it. See, I can't be equally yoked with somebody who is seeking sick society's validation and basing their firmity and their decision based off of that. Oh, other people do it. Other people do it. Poison, poison. It's poison. Um, yeah. After that, I was extremely turned off. But you know me, I play it cool all the time. Um, but like I ain't gonna lie. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. What's happening? 1 second. Give me 1 second. What's up? I'm like, when's the last time you seen somebody eat a, a popsicle? Like, I mean, here's the thing. We're not gonna. Damn, that's a big drop. I want to ask that though. When's the last time y'all seen somebody eat a popsicle? Like, I'll be honest with you. You can disrespect yourself all you want, but I'm not going to engage in someone who's disrespect. I realized, you know what I mean? It's not just about being kind, being a sweetheart. Man, you gotta have wisdom beyond wisdom for me to really find a longevitable appeal with you. And 9 times out of 10, here's the problem. If you don't have a strong man in your household or you are not a strong man, 9 times out of 10, you're not. A lot of what you are is based off of societal norms and they become your engraved programmings. And here's the thing about it. The day I watch my son eat a popsicle is the day I go and fight for custody. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got all these dumbass holidays. Ah, it's happening. It's happening again for me, y'all. Not gonna lie. It's happening again. The recognition that I then evolved out of this damn matrix. You know what I mean? And now I'm difficult. I am difficult. I've evolved out of this matrix. Oh no, everybody eats popsicles. Is that everybody's son? So go have a son with anybody. Me personally, you don't deserve my seed. I'm just being real, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Like just the thought, you gotta think of a real nigga like me, a nigga that'll a nigga that man, listen, man, I'm not gonna like we're not gonna go into explanation. But it's like you think that what do you think's gonna happen when you get my son used to eating popsicles and then he at the public park eating popsicles and it's a nigga staring off in the distance at my son eating popsicles. You don't think daddy's going to prison? So I learned that, I mean, like, slow down, slow down again. It's time to slow down again. See, my clock isn't ticking, and I'm not worried about nobody who think their clock is ticking. If their clock is ticking, it's because they probably don't take as good of care of themselves as they should, anyways. Because one thing that like, I'm not going for that. Yeah, like, see, these people are weird. Do you understand that foods with gluten in them, are on the list of the 40 worst foods for your heart health? And look, these will be the same people who be like, you're eating too many eggs, which you could be. You don't need that many eggs. You can eat 4 a day. You don't need that many eggs. You can get your choline. You can get the choline and things of that nature. You can get it elsewhere, your legumes, things of that nature, beans. But how you like? It's the same people talking about you're eating too many eggs. It's bad for your cholesterol. Girl, you eat rotisserie chicken, fried chicken, beef, pork. And you talking about the eggs? Like, what's like, man. Some of y'all need to stop having so many long conversations with y'all friends because y'all just be making each other dumb. And I don't like me personally. You can be smart compared to a lot of humans, and you're still dumb as fuck. I mean, you still be dumb as fuck. Um, to a nigga like me, I ain't gonna like straight up. Um, I realized that, and I'm vibing. It's been cool, but I realized that nah, I realized that when I'm really ready to like fully committedly settle down, it's gonna be with a woman who listens. And I'm not talking about they listen, but they have their no, just listen. You know why? Because I'm the expert. You know why? Because yo ass been watching TV, wasting time, doing all these validation activities in life. I've been in real life with it. My mind is only for real life. And I'm literally an expert. You talking about a degree. Well, the nigga with the degree is gonna listen to me talk and learn a million things. I'm gonna listen to him talk, and I'm only hear shit that I already studied. You understand me? So at the end of the day, it's just like, to be honest with you, um, I'm in a further effort of separating myself, and that's probably when I'll really get in the realm of being ready to uh settle down. Is when I have $1 million plus in my bank account and I got shit going for me that is like I don't have to explain to motherfuckers that I'm better because me personally, it just like I'm not gonna sit here and talk to no woman about this because they won't get it. They're just gonna come out emotionally swinging at me talking about um label this, label that, label. And I'm just gonna be like, and I'm just gonna be looking at an average person, and I'm gonna be thinking in my head, you're actually delusional though. You're literally delusional. The way you live your life, I would never. You shouldn't have an opinion because you're not trying to live your life the best as you can. I'm trying, making a real effort, but now you're the expert in what's the right things to do. No, you're not. Person who's trying day in and day out to do all the right things is definitely a greater expertise in that than you. And I'm not about to play around with no fucking kids because the reality is you have our kid fucked up in the game. I'm not gonna stick around. I'm just real. Keep it 1,000. If our kid, if I have a kid with a woman and she has him fucked up in the game, I'm gonna tease him and dip. You understand me? And my thing is, if we already arguing about what's gonna be okay and what's not gonna be okay, you're not gonna give him the possibility to have the utmost respect for me in whatever the fuck I say. And I'm not dealing with that with a kid because then he gonna think, oh look, I grown to mom. Guess what, little nigga? You and mom can thug it out, our whole life together. Fuck out of here. Take this little bitty child support and be a little, you know, a little ass dweeb that'll never amount to shit compared to me. Oh, and then she gonna send you to acting school. You're gonna go to Hollywood. You're gonna go through the ritual. You know what I mean? Emasculate yourself and act like you successful. Boy, you'll never be successful. Not without daddy. Facts. And that's what's gonna do it. Because they seek they seek an emotional balance, not a logical system. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that learn how to phase that out and to cooperate within the logical system, right? Like imagine being a child or a woman and having a problem with someone saying cooperate. That just means your ego is that you are a man. You think you're a man. And not only a man, the man. That's the fucked up thing because most of you betas need to know that cooperation is a part of your daily life as well. When I'm at work, guess what? I cooperate. I assert myself where I can and I cooperate where I must. I have no problem with that. Even when I'm outside in these streets, I cooperate with the law. But if I tell somebody that they need to cooperate, they'll have an adverse reaction. That's the telltale sign you definitely need to cooperate. You know, this is why I've come to the recognition that it's not preference for me to have a totally submissive woman. Here's my thing, y'all. I get it. A lot of y'all are intelligent. A lot of y'all have associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, heck, even master's degrees. But what y'all don't get is that is a paperwork and a piece of paper that you got from what? Time and application under learning and having a human brain, possibly a decent one, not necessarily, that could learn when in the atmosphere of learning. My nigga, I stopped watching TV at 13 years old and I put my human brain, which is a very capable one, in the atmosphere of learning since then. And the things I talk about are the things that I have learned. Therefore, if you're blinded by that paperwork you paid for, you got to be the biggest idiot in the room. Now, if you say some shit and it's the truth and it's correct, apply. But let's compare study hours and let's base it off of that. Unless you just think that you somehow have a better mind than me, a better brain than me. And if that, let's put that to the test. Let me hear you freestyle. Let me hear you go off the dome with some shit. That's fuck that. Okay, let's write. Let's write a pair. Let's write a fucking. Let's both write a fucking anything. Let's write anything. Let's do a research paper. Let's just go one for one and give it to a professor and let them tell you whose brain is better, right? Or have a hold a conversation with me. Let's live life and see who's more intelligent. Because the reality is, motherfuckers is not more intelligent than me. It's that simple. Y'all try harder to make yourself appear intelligent than I do. And the reason for that is because you're not as intelligent as me. It's that simple. It's really that simple. You went and got that degree because what? You believed that it would allow you to make more money. I didn't get the degree because I knew without it, I would make more money. Think about that. Think about that. So cool, okay? You went and got this degree, and it's how much you make. I decided not to get the degree, and this is how much I make. Because the degree, the only decision behind the degree was the earning capability. I know it, because y'all motherfuckers aren't students. If you were students, you wouldn't be watching fucking TV all the time. Your YouTube short feed would be much different. It wouldn't be a bunch of nonsense. It would be a learning tool. You know what I mean? Just be honest. Now, I prioritized a few things in my learning. And it's the things that I believe matter the most: mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical health. And beyond that, I also prioritized learning karma and the relationship we have with the planet, not in a minute way, but in an overall spectrum way, like a true understanding, like the recognition that, see, like everybody's trying to worship a god, right? I've been knew I was God. Look what I am. Look at the planet. Look at all the mammals, all the sentient life on the planet, and then look at what I am. A lot of y'all are not gods. Why? You don't uphold yourself. You treat yourself like shit. You made yourself cast yourself into a devil. It's just the simplicity is with great power comes great responsibility. You cannot doubt or deny the fact that you have and you are great power. However, if if you're not upkeeping the vessel, the seven systems inside of your vessel, you are just chaotic energy being siphoned to produce the matrix. It's actually very simple. Your degree didn't teach you that. Why? Because your degree isn't a stamp of intelligence. Your degree is a certificate of payment and and mental enslavement and indoctrination. That's all it is. I'm just gonna be honest. Now, I a lot of people are gonna whoop 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 whoop. The reality is, let's compare lives now. Let's compare lives in 5 years. Let's compare lives in 10 years. Because the reality is, my intelligence system, my God consciousness is operating better. It's not operating at its best because whenever I connect, I be getting connected to other wombs. When I get connected to a womb, I slow down. Sometimes because they always feel intimidated, and I try to make them feel adequate. And the way that I do that is by slowing down, by progress and truth, which is a no go. It's a no go, and it can't be done anymore. But the reality is, motherfuckers be idiots. Straight up. To mess with women who worship multiple gods. Amen. I understand, like, a lot of people are, what's it called? Surface level. But those that are surface level are so intellectually insecure that a lot of them try to present themselves as being mountaintop. What I've realized is, bro, submit to being a son of God. Absolutely, a tool of God, which then you will become, learn to be a father. You will learn to be a God, my nigga. That's all it is. Of course, it's to be a God. Your mind, your consciousness, what you are. You are an upright being, right? How many upright beings do you see on this planet? Right? How many upright beings do you see in this planet? We are the being that exists upright and erected into the heavens. I am right now, although I have a ceiling over my head, because my body is not like this, prostrated forward on all fours, bowing, like every other animal is bowing to us naturally. We are elevated, right? But you never heard this. Why? Because it's not in your school book. And the motherfucker with the degree hasn't even had this thought come across his mind. We are erected into the heavens in our daily life. But we look up, we don't see shit. But we acting like it's something. Listen, nigga, we everything bows to us. Everything. Everything. It's just simple. I know for a fact that I am a greater God. Why? Because in today's world, the reality is I'm en route to, and I'm possibly already am, but still elevating as one of the highest level consciousness on the entire planet, if not the highest. And I will be the highest. The reason why I will be the highest because no distractions. No distractions. And what does that mean? Well, I'm living through my body. I'm living through my emotion. I'm living through my spirit. I'm living through my soul. And I'm harnessing a healthy mind, body, spirit, soul, emotional system. And I already recognize that the key to knowledge is inside of my blood. See, people would like, it's crazy, right? Yeah. You'll even hear some people say, you don't breathe, you don't taste, you don't think, or you don't hear with your ears, it's with your brain. You don't breathe with your nose, it's with your brain. You don't talk with your mouth, it's with your brain. You're not there yet, buddy. You were born doing that, and you were doing that before your brain was developed, you fucking dumb bitch. You do all of those things with your heart. Super intelligent, intellectual, African guru. You dumb motherfucker. You do all of those things, yeah, and I'm arrogantly tell you because you're a dumb bitch to me. And you sit here and you confuse the nations. You do all of those things with your heart. And your memory is in the blood that your heart pumps. Your brain is a secondary generator, a amplifier, if you will. But your heart is the primary generator, your blood. Exactly. These people like it's ridiculous. So what does that mean? You must live a life healthy for your heart, and that will translate to a life healthy for your brain. Why do you think high homocysteine is the greatest cause of brain decay, neurological problems in the future? Is that because your brain is necessary for your heart or the other way around? So it's very simple. Your brain is subject to being programmed against its natural compass. Your heart is not. But if you have a weak heart, then you will be overly hitty. And with that weak heart, you will lead with your mind, which will just become not generated or powered by that heart because it's too weak. It'll be powered by society and by the senses when it is supposed to alter the senses. Do you understand me? I hope you do. It's 11:11, and there's 1 and 1 in the chat. You gotta understand. Let me let you- it's 11:11, I'm saying. You gotta understand, like, I'm not here doing this for no reason. I'm here because the sun already told me what I was, bro. Like, I'm playing the game, which, like, I don't even. I think I'm gonna like, I'll just prefer to be completely worshipped. I'm gonna be real. I don't think, people attempting to love, what they do is they over elevate themselves or they feel uncomfortable with the supremacy. Why? Because we live in a world that has taught a whole bunch of fuck shit. See, back in the day when we had the system of the pharaohs, the problem then was motherfucker could not really be the natural pharaoh, but would erect himself as the pharaoh. It's the same thing going on now, though. It's a celebrity system. Yeah, I mean, imagine, imagine the truth is right in front of you, but then you see a fancy car and a bedazzled wrist piece on a man who proceeded to suck a phallus in order to promote himself as the successful man of the planet. That's today's world. I mean, the pharaohs were doing the same thing. Not gonna lie to you, the pharaoh system was very much the same as the celebrity system. Bunch of men grooming men, just like the priestly system. Nigga, I'm the real nigga though. I'm the nigga living in truth. You know how I know, nigga? About to be 29 years into this, nigga. Can't name there's no flaw in my slaw, nigga. And there's no nigga in this world that'll try to put flaw in it. Cause nobody is brave enough. They don't feel right in their spirit playing with me. That's just the serious truth. See, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't have a brain for worldly programming. I only have a mind of truth. I was born this way. Check my baby picture, if you will. You can't create what I am. God did. Cosmos did. Conscious Overlord did. It's that simple. Confirmation. See me? I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling because everybody's so baby like to me. Everybody's so much the same as the next person. Like, okay, wow, put this label, this is who this person is. Then you have a few people who try to break away, but then they go crazy with the shit. And that's when I know that you're actually going crazy, living inside of the matrix. And when you break away, becoming your genuine self is the expression of the craziness that you've become because you have allowed this matrix to beat you down and condition you into submission. What I tell you to do is when you wake into the truth, don't go crazy. That is just the expression of your weakness. Just come humbly. What's happening? Revel Love Red 879. How you doing, my friend? Beautiful rising to you. Beautiful rising to you. We're breaking out of the systems of the attachment to the labels, the attachments to the descend. You understand me? We are ascending. It is a normality to ascend. So we are staying in our homeostasis, and ascending through healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, healthy community, healthy communication, and the abundance of truth. What's happening with you, Daniel? You see, I'm a conscious construct, and I only seek to take you light years beyond where you are now. as I go light years beyond where I am now, within every moment, because I live undistracted. I hope you understand that that breath that you hold inside of you is a signal of the power that you are. You are a very powerful incarnation and you are impactful. Now, what you need is self devotion. What do I mean, self devotion? It means what is in between you making the right decision and wrong decision on your path of acceleration from moment to moment, from minute to minute, from hour to hour, from day to week, to month, to year, for a lifetime. Well, what's in between that is unnecessary distraction. Will you succumb to false programmings that are distractions, or will you commit to the living, breathing God that you are? It's that simple. Generator, operator, destroyer. That's what you are. You generate, you operate, and you destroy. You have all three of those capabilities. Appreciate that, my brother. As we shall be within the ascension process, we are very cool. We are all very unique and we are all very powerful. The amplifications of power is based off of the generator, a very strong heart. Part of the reason I have a very strong heart is because I eat a very heart healthy diet and I live a very heart healthy lifestyle. Part of the main way I'll give you right down today to live a heart healthy lifestyle is don't allow your brain to erode your heart. AKA, don't be in your head. Don't be so in your head. Don't be sick because, see, emotions are controlled by you. Don't allow yourself to sit on negative emotions consistently in life at all. Be very light because the more you sit on negative emotions, the more you hardwire neglect into your heart. See, your heart is leaping constantly. You have a pulse, a repetitive pulse. Your heart is leaping. Therefore, why would you sit in an undesirable emotion when you can just leap on about? You have to understand this, my friend. The world is in your hands. It's in all of our hands. We do not we do not have to compromise when it is a belittlement of our own spirit of essence, especially when we are compromising to those that are entangled within the matrix of depression. Yeah, I get it. You don't always feel your best because you've agreed to these circumstances that I never accepted or agreed to. That does not mean I am going to pull myself into that sunken place with you in order to try to give you a boost while we are both falling in depression. That's the system at hand. What it is, Rock. How you doing, my friend? Through the heart we rise, and the brain shall follow. Life is truly what you make it. The reality is, look around you. Most people have not committed to themselves. Most people cannot and will not get the best out of themselves. That is who you compete with for the land, is those that cannot be their best. So all you have to do is devote to yourself and recognize that you will become supreme. And what is owed to you, you will be able to attract. How you doing, Janet? Yeah, living in your head, what you meant living in your head and not heart is the Get Out movie. It is living in a place that I call the maze. Life is full of abundance. You see, I appreciate that, brother. Always. And safe I shall remain as you will, as we expand through the heart and create a auric protection field over all that unite with us, because we are transforming. The world around us is simply looking for something that exists outside of that common depression. As you become that, you will begin to govern your own community, your own surroundings. You will see people transform that didn't even have the bravery to speak to you, but they watched you and the transformation began inside of them. What you are doing here is very much appreciated, and we love you for that. Remember that. It's a beautiful time to be alive. My shorts are falling down, and you think I should take them off? Here's the thing, Janet. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the post notifications because in the future, that will be a part of this channel, will become an outlet to the sexual healing course of this channel. Because see, gods and goddesses of this planet, which is everyone who chooses to align themselves with that frequency, which I believe everyone is capable, that is in an erected being. Um, one of our next things on our timeline adjustment will be breaking through the sexual bars that have held us into a depression in this matrix. For your sacral chakra cannot be chastised from that which is not you. If you have a system laid in place to chastise your sacral chakra, it is also literally the system of change in general. For through your sacral chakra, you you erect many nations, and through the nations and the pure sheer numbers that your sacral chakra produces, you have something that cannot be shackled and contained. Dropping my insights. Amen. When people first wake up, it's the first thing they do is program their mind and dopamine in their brain instead of worrying about their hydration. That's true. Exactly. Healthy heart breakfast. See, a lot of people have a misnomer that eggs aren't healthy for the heart. It has cholesterol, but it's a healthy cholesterol. But what I will tell you is when you're watching these people that are eating 8 to 12 eggs a day, recognize that if you have a balanced diet, that's not necessary. 2 to 4 is cool if you have a balanced diet, which includes beans and or lentils. You need your spinach, um, and you need your salmon, and maybe even some tuna. You got to make sure your generator is in its best and most optimum place. Absolutely. For all the demon is a deceptive programming that is pulling you away from elevation and pulling you towards descent. That is what a demon is. It is a deceptive programming that pulls you away from ascension and towards dissension. Mm, absolutely. So right now, we're living, we're engaging in living a low homocysteine lifestyle, which for me, it started by cutting out alcohol and then right afterwards cutting out marijuana and all forms of smoking. Then I went to a majority vegetarian diet with 1 ounce of salmon daily as well, which makes it a pescatarian diet. Full of leafy green vegetables. And not only that, full of different fruits for see, people are like, well, where are you gonna get your proteins? You need 70% of your body weight to get maximum muscle benefits from protein. So for a man that is 205 pounds like myself, that means I need 142 grams of protein. Oats, quinoa, eggs, milk, salmon, tree nuts, beans. I'm getting all of my protein from those things. A little bit from some broccoli, things of that nature. But getting that 140 is not hard. It's not hard at all. But what's very important, what people don't understand is you get a full, say I even got 110 or 120, and I have my full amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. You will produce more protein synthesis. So that's why I make sure I attach all of my meals to healthy fruits, such as oranges, apple, watermelon, bananas, dates. Also, where I get my B vitamins. Life is what you make it. Sincerely, do not be restricted or contracted into this social system, for it is truly a social system where the only reward is depression. Live agreeable with the heart and not agreeable with the programming. For the heart was already rightly programmed. Confirmation. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It truly is. Are you adding to the beauty? That's the question to ask yourself. Going forward, I will be developing programs for men and women to bring themselves into their rightful um, homeostasis, their rightful balance, to where the earth is receiving just by their presence here. For once you are in a way where the earth, the planet itself, which is the largest sentient construct that is close to you, as well as the largest that there is in your solar system, the sun, once that is receiving benefit from your existence, you are truly blessed and set apart. Then the world will become your oyster. We're a beautiful creation. Look at us. Look at us, designed for beauty. You see him? We're designed for beauty. We're not designed to be walking around like this, all angry. We're designed for beauty. Embrace that. Upkeep the vessel. Upkeep the vessel. Today is chest day at the gym for me today. After I eat this great meal, hydrate up. That's a fact. That is definitely a fact. That red meat will have your ass angry. It's because, see, our bodies were angry at us. A lot of times, our mind is just an expression of what we got going on in our body. We bringing in all this red meat and all this meat in general, all this protein, and our body can't digest it or handle it well, especially meat proteins. And it's asking us, why don't you bring more amino acids into me so I can produce my own proteins and synthesize, bond with the sun better because I am synthesizing as a plant does. See, the emotion that you have brewing inside of you is not for that other person, it is for you. Even when you express it towards another person, you only amplify your own hearing of it. Exactly. We've done well over the course of the last year. We discovered the gluten issue, got rid of it. Over the course of the last month, we've discovered the marijuana issue, got rid of it. The dietary issues, got rid of them. We're accelerating. We're super accelerating. It's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive. Can't deny it. Now that I've eaten a lot of food, I think it is the proper time for me to hydrate. Right now, I am still using the plastic bottles. However, I've got my new water filter set up, and after today, that'll be my primary source of drinking water. It'd be the water filter instead of the plastic bottles. Oh yeah, it's very true. It's a lot of things you can see. Woo! There we go. There we go. See, I recommend 2 water bottles to start the day. Your energy levels will shoot up. Lately, I've been checking my dry weight. Um, so I've been doing a little bit of dry movement. Walk to the grocery store, walking home before I get to my home, and check my weight. um, which is okay because it's good to have a certain amount of time of dry fasting daily. It's good. but you truly don't really you can't start your day, like really start your day and jump into anything before hydrating. You really can't. You really, really can't. Now also, I gained 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds in 20 days, and was on pace to gain 30 something pounds in 3 months. But I've decided that that doesn't make sense. It's unhealthy. So I'm trying to taper it at between 5 and 7 pounds per month. Even if I can gain 30 pounds of muscle in 3 months, 5 to 7 pounds a month is where I'm tapering it. Because because you like I said, you gotta keep your heart healthy. And also because looking at it that way, if I get to 230 in 3 months, then it's like, okay, I'm pretty much maximize. I'm gonna be lifting weights throughout my 30s, probably throughout my 40s, probably throughout my 50s, probably throughout my 60s. It doesn't make sense for me to get to my max muscle capacity right now and just be lifting weights to maintain for 30, 40 years. So I'm taking that. I'm gradual. I'm gonna be lifting the weights, but I'm not gonna be eating to gain 10 pounds a month. I'm a beautiful bloke already. You know, the importance is the maintenance of it and the continuing health of it. I'm gonna make a video before I go to the gym. So this live stream is coming to an end. I appreciate you all greatly. Thank you so much for the support. It's yours truly. Alone at peace, escaping the maze, homeless concern, whichever alias you know me as. Together we rise. I'm out. Y'all have a beautiful day. I missed the button.